Hey Taurus, a love and relationship reading for you. I get the impression that you're feeling in some way restricted by somebody else's opinion of what this relationship is, what it looks like, all about that. It does suggest that you are working through things with the person you're dealing with. Ten of Cups in reverse suggests that there is still some anger there or something left unfulfilled, but that's okay. You're working through it, and it's okay to still feel anger, feel your feelings, but move through it and maybe don't dwell, because you're kind of coming to terms with the Nine of Cups now. Yeah, sure, that happened and it might not be absolutely perfect right now, is it ever? But the Nine of Cups is suggesting that you can see the attainment of that being pretty close. It is a major reading. We've got 4 major arcana cards. I'm going to pull more to clear them up and see what the Lovers is all about, that High Priestess. I'm sensing that you're carrying something deep down. This is in the subconscious part of the reading, something that you're not willing to share yet. You're keeping something very private and close to your chest still. It could be a knowing about something. It could be something from your gut that's kind of motivating you recently to take some more action around an area of this relationship and change the direction it's going. Knight of Rods. The ball is in your court, it seems, Taurus. The Magician card is reminding you that you do have the power in terms of how you show up in this relationship, how you react, what you let bother you, what you don't. The Justice card is coming through as the person you're dealing with right now. I'm going to do an extended reading on the person you're dealing with. That's going to be linked in the description box below, where we look at it from the perspective of their kind of aura. But for now, they're showing up with the Justice card as being like some kind of an important decision still lays in their hands, or they're contemplating like the right thing to do. You are looking and hoping to connect even deeper with this person. The Lovers is showing up. You don't want to come on too strong on a situation, but you're pretty revved up and feeling very passionate about it. So I don't know how we're going to slow that bull on a mission down, but, or should we? The Five of Cups is the outcome still. So something that is left unresolved from whatever you're feeling the anger around now, perhaps, comes back to the surface for some sort of look at that again, or you go a little deeper in those feelings. Let's start pulling more cards and clearing up this reading for you, Taurus. Okay, so you've been doing a lot of wonderful work on yourself. Let's look at that. And it's making you think, I've got the power. I can do this. Like, I can get through this and I can make something work. You're putting a lot of effort into this relationship, a lot of focus and a lot of diligence. Let's have a look at the Eight of Wands, or Eight of Pentacles rather. And usually when we apply those efforts like that, we get success in the Eight of Wands. The Four of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands. So 4 is in the tarot, much like the King here, the number 4 is stability, okay? So this relationship does look like it's something more enduring, a lot long-term stable. You could live with this person, share a home, work together in a business, have a business together. Or the Four of Swords, where this is coming through, is saying that there's a massive breakthrough happening. It's almost like this has got like come out of nowhere, but really it's been you taking your time, sleeping on it, trying to understand things, and now all of a sudden you're reawoken in this relationship and you feel like you've come alive again, or aware of something, coming out of a slumber in a big way around something in this relationship, Taurus. So the Ten of Cups in reverse. This is about some feeling of anger or just a lack of satisfaction and completion. And it's just holding you back from seeing this relationship as, I guess, this perfect dream come true. Six of Cups, how sweet, how connected, how rooted in something it is. The Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups, and 10 of Cups showing up in the reading like this is showing me that you're on some sort of an emotional journey with the person you're dealing with, leaving a lot in the past. But part of you, Taurus, feels or is fearful around Five of Swords, that one foot is already out the door on some level and you're kind of being pulled back in, but in a sense you feel like the other person has very much made up their mind on something. I see them coming through as the energy of like one foot out the door, and they seem like, you know, they've got a big decision to make, the Justice card. So let's have a look at the High Priestess. What have you been holding on to, Taurus? the Five of Wands, but in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So instead of fours, we're getting fives, and this is after the stability, when this relationship is here to test you again, to learn and to grow. You're put into a position of tension, contraction after this stabilization that's just occurred. It is in reverse, so this tension is alleviating somehow, but you're holding on to memories of times you acted out of order, or where you acted like out of character, perhaps you think, or like not showing up as your highest and best. You're still dwelling on some of those times where maybe you lost your temper, maybe you just didn't show this person that you respected them, and that still is kind of in a sense haunting you, Taurus, with the High Priestess down in the subconscious. So the Knight of Rods, what's happened suddenly for things to take a new direction for you guys? You've had more motivation in this relationship. The Four of Pentacles, so it goes in spurts of like things are fine and steady and stable, then we contract a little and hopefully expand and grow from that. The Four of Pentacles, you kind of have all of a sudden changed your stance on something, whereas before you were hard line on something, very firm, very resolute. And the Knight of Rods energy is opening up to a broader picture, basically. So kind of getting out of that stubborn energy and allowing like more flow and like adaptability to come through, and you changing with this person's sudden change in circumstances, perhaps, or sudden move for them, or something changing in their life, and you're kind of adapting with. Let's have a look at this Magician card. So lots of major arcana is coming up in the future energy of this relationship and around your person. And the major arcana cards are showing up in a love reading for me when there's something of a soul growth happening for the people involved. The Nine of Wands and the Magician card. Okay, you're very motivated to prove a point. If you're dealing with the Sagittarius, Taurus, you know, or a Gemini, you're really motivated to kind of prove a point to them, but also show them that you're not backing down. If you're not dealing with either of those signs, that's totally fine. The Magician and the Nine of Wands is kind of showing me like this determination for a greater sense of freedom and liberation in the relationship I'm sensing. Let's have a look at the Lovers card though. And this is coming through as some sort of a message from a guidance here, advice, maybe like something from your highest self about the nature of this relationship. It's showing up as the Lovers. I do like to see that. For representing possibly a divine union or a connection, but let's see if there's something else to this. The Fool card, maybe children, fertility, new beginnings, and abundance coming through around this relationship. I see this relationship having some sort of a breath of fresh air injected into it. The Fool card is the spirit, this kind of start of a new exciting chapter, very like uninhibited and no expectations, except kind of just like a nervous optimism or some sort of cautious optimism. But it really does suggest to me that you're going through more of a major restart in your relationship than anything else. Let's have a look at the Justice card. Where is this person coming through with a decision that they're weighing up and trying to do what's kind of best and fair for this relationship, but for themselves too? If you're dealing with a Libra, that may be particularly true, especially if you live with this Libra or work with them. This Four of Wands showing itself again, but this time with the Four of Cups. Let's see. Oh, excuse me, Taurus, I dropped a queen here. But the Four of Wands with the Four of Cups. Okay, they've got a lot on their mind about how to make this stable again after these sort of spurts of growth and things like that. The Four of Wands is coming through and telling me this person may be deciding to move in together, and they may be deciding to even do something more of a celebration for you. Maybe it's for your birthday coming up, something special like that. Hey Luna, stop that. Oh, my cat is here, like making a mess down here. She got her hands on something she's tearing up. Or her paws rather. So the Four of Wands is saying that they have a decision to make around the next steps in this relationship and what it's going to look like, okay? The King of Rods. Let's have a look at this card. So you're kind of focused on, being very bold, very brave in this relationship, and like saying what you want, being assertive in that kind of yang, masculine, divine masculine energy, where you say what you want, you say what you mean, you go after what you want, and you're worried though that you're coming on too strong. Temperance card is a more balanced and moderated approach. If you're dealing with a fire sign, a Leo, a Aries, or a Sagittarius, you may want to not come on as strong because they're kind of all revved up too. There could be a balance and harmony kind of coming for this, for a fire sign with you, Taurus, but there is a balance to be struck with the Temperance card about going with the flow a little more, not so forceful, just a little more easeful, and I'm hearing the word graceful come up. So no bull in a china shop situation, Taurus, in this relationship at the moment, because there is a sense of fragility here around an emotional connection. You fear or have a situation in your mind that you're aware of that you are still disappointed about or let down about how they acted, how they treated you. The Five of Cups, let's have a look at why this is coming up still. It seems to be because you haven't fully let go of some of the anger that was coming through with the 10 of Cups here. The Three of Wands, but ultimately it seems like you are able to let go of this and move on if you want to and if you let yourself. Because the Devil is at the bottom of the deck, it shows that this still has quite a strong hold or grip on you, Taurus, okay? That is your love and relationship reading. I'm going to shuffle now and do a reading based on this situation, but from the perspective of the person you're dealing with. If you're sticking around for just this reading, Taurus, consider subscribing if you haven't already. That would really help my channel grow. Appreciate you. Bye.